Hello, 7th graders, and welcome to part 2 of lesson 9.5. What we're going to be doing here is we are finishing up the rest of your notes. So we already went through how to identify your MAD, as well as we went through example 1 and then the on your own after part 1. So we're going to move into example 2. Which says that the smartphone show the number of runs allowed by two pitchers in their last 10 starts. So it's kind of explaining how the pitchers are pitching in baseball and how many runs they let in. So that's, basically what it means is you're throwing bad balls to the player and they just get to take the base because you're not giving them anything that is worth hitting. So what we need to do is find the mean of the data, the median, and the MAD, or the mean absolute deviation of the number of runs allowed from each player. So we've got two different players here as their numbers are shown on the smartphone. So maybe you're looking up the stats on your phone. So we've got Mendoza and we've got Rodriguez and their stats here on here. Okay. So it looks like we're going to start by looking at Mendoza. So they're taking a look at the run numbers. So they're looking at these numbers over here. I kind of covered that for. But they ordered the numbers from smallest to biggest because that's going to be your easiest way to find, especially to find your median, because we're finding 3 different measurements for each player here. So it looks like they're going to probably start finding their mean as well as their median. Okay, remember your mean then is adding everything up and then dividing by the amount there is. So it looks that there's 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 sets of data, so they're going to add all these divided by 10. With your median, then you're crossing off to find the middle. So let's see, let's do it together. Boop, boop. Okay, 3 on each side so far, 4 on each side. Oh, looks like your median then is going to be that 4, okay, because that's right in the middle. There's 4 crossed off on each side. Oh, did I count that right? I missed one. Sorry, there's going to be both these two 4s. I think you'd take the average of them, but they're both going to be 4. So again, like I said, your mean, you're adding them both up, or all these numbers up. So you get 35 divided by 10, you get an answer of 3.5. Then your median, like I said, you're going to add 4 and 4 divided by 2, but you're still going to get 4. So your median then is 4. We already then, when we're moving into finding your MAD, or your mean absolute deviation, you already did step 1 here, because step 1 is to find your mean. We have the mean. It's 3.5. So from there, again, they like to set up a number line. But I'd suggest just going through and being like, okay, so, from 0 to 3.5, that's 3.5. And so they kind of converted that. They set it up on the here, and then they took a look. Okay, so 0, 0, there's 3.5 because there's 3 zeros. There was 1, 2, so that's a distance of 1.5. From 4 to 3.5 is a distance of 0.5, so on and so forth, okay? Next step is you're going to take every single one of these numbers and add them together. Okay, so 3.5 plus 3.5 plus 3.5. Go ahead and follow along, add it in your calculator here right now. I might stop and do it as well. Let's see if we get the same answer that I did. Plus 3.5 plus 1.5 plus 0.5. 1.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 4.5. All right, I'm looking. I got 24. Let's see if they got 24 as well. They did, and then they decided to do that last step. So the last step then, so this was step 3, is adding them all together. And then you divide by the amount of numbers there were, and that is 10. So you get a mean absolute deviation of 2.4 for Mendoza. So then remember, we have to also do this for Rodriguez. So the same kind of thing is going to apply. You're going to order the numbers from smallest to biggest. There should be as well 10 data sets. So here is Rodriguez's numbers. Looks to be a little bit larger than Mendoza's. So I probably am going to start assuming the mean, the median, as well as the MAD is going to be a little bit bigger. Just by looking at these numbers, because Mendoza had a lot more zeros than Rodriguez does. All right, so finding your mean, add them all up together, divide them by 10. Oh, looks to be that they get the same mean, okay? So 3.5, as well as they get the same median. I'm actually very surprised by that, but that would make sense. So crossing those off, yeah, you'd end up with these 4s here in the middle. Now, I am going to expect, though, still that I think that mean absolute deviation is going to be a bit higher than Mendoza's. So let's take a look and see what happens. So they already have their mean. Okay, so the next thing is they're going to also have that graph up here. So they're going to show that the distance between 3.5 and all those numbers. So the distance between 3.5 and 0 is 3.5. Distance between 3.5 and 2 is 1.5, and there's two numbers 2's. And here's my spread. So I'm going to add up all these numbers together again. That's going to be my third step in finding my MAD. So 3.5 plus 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 0.5 plus, ooh, lots of 0.5, 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 2.5. I hope I got it right. I got 14. Let's take a look. So you're taking that 14 and then you're going to divide it by 2. Or sorry, 10. So 10. And he actually gets a smaller mean absolute deviation. My guess was that it probably would be bigger, but taking a look at their data based on, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Taking a look at their data based on how the number lines worked out to be, is that I can see in this one is that it's actually a lot more spread out. You notice that there's a lot of 0, but then it's all kind of just like evenly spread almost. I mean, you got a few places where there's a couple extra, there's 2 4s and there's 2 6s, but when I go down here, it's a little clearer that they're all closer together. And so that's where that MAD again is going to come from. It's going to be how close together are the data sets. Where is your cluster? Are they really close together, or are they going to be a lot more spaced out? The higher the number, the more spaced out then they're going to be. Sorry, I keep pressing buttons here. Hopefully I can fix this. All right. If there's any questions about this, let me know. Again, feel free to pause the video whenever you need to. Let me know if you've got questions about this. I know this one's a tricky lesson, so feel free to watch this multiple times. Use that feature on Big Ideas where you can check your answers on the side when you're doing it. Even use that Need Help button and you're figuring it out so you can rewatch things or you can read some things. So there is another part 2 to this. I just put it on the next slide over just because there's a lot to do. So this is the same kind of question. This is the smartphones. Okay, we're talking about Mendoza and we're talking about Rodriguez still. But B then is, which measures can you use to distinguish the data? What can you conclude about the pictures from the measures? So I actually kind of started talking about this already just by explaining it to you guys. Because we notice that the means are the same and the medians are the same. So the biggest thing and the way you're going to be able to identify between the two is using that MAD. And I kind of explained what happens when you get a larger number or a smaller number. We'll go ahead and take a look at what they had to say specifically. But when you're looking for your code word for this lesson is pillow. Okay, pillow. All right, let's take a look. So it says you cannot use the measures of center to distinguish the data because they're same for each data set. So they're talking about the the mean and the median. That's what I was saying. The measures of variation MAD is 2.4 for Mendoza and 2.4 for Mendoza and 1.4 for Rodriguez. This indicates that the data for Rodriguez has less variation. So that's what I was saying. The smaller the number is, the closer your data is going to be, and it's not going to be as spread out or as varied, I guess is how you would say that. So it shows that there's less variation. I mean, and in a sense, you could almost say that Rodriguez is more consistent because it's not as spread out. Usually his numbers are all close together. So it says, using the MAD to distinguish the data, you conclude that Rodriguez is more consistent than Mendoza. So exactly how I just said it, okay? He's a little more consistent. You know, he's going to have about that many runs, whereas Mendoza is kind of, oh, it could be none, it could be a few. I don't know. All right. We're not going to worry about the on your own. Let's keep going. Again, this is just a what if. I'm not a big fan of those ones right now. Again, with your homework, we're just going to kind of cross this off. So you have 9.5 here due on Big Ideas Math. It will be uploaded here this Monday, so it's going to be uploaded on the 4th. I know you don't technically have school the 4th. They still want you to be working on things if you need to get them done, though. The assignment's still going to be due on that Sunday then, so that is going to be on the 10th of May. Ooh. Okay, so 10th of May, so make sure that you are getting that done. Okay, by 11:59 p.m. So that's before it transitions into Monday. Okay. As always, if you've got questions, let me know. Email me, text me. We can set up some Zooms. Don't want you to fall behind, so try and stick with the schedule as best as you can. But if things come up, just let me know, and I can help work through it with you. Okay. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. I will see you guys next time.